Hello, Mr. Urban Hiker Guy here. Sorry for if it's dark, it's dark at night. It's midnight. It's exactly midnight right now. I'm driving from Lafayette, Louisiana, en route to Memphis. Earlier this morning, I delivered in Baton Rouge. Then took a load from Baton Rouge over to Lafayette. And now that I'm in Lafayette, did my 10-hour break in Lafayette. And now I'm on my way to Memphis, empty, which we call deadhead. When you're empty with a trailer, you deadhead. If you don't have a trailer, they call it bobtail. Like a bobtail has no tail. The trailer's my tail, so they call it bobtail. So I'm headed to Memphis. I get paid whether I have a load or not. I get paid by the mile. Some people get paid a percentage of the load. I get paid by the mile. So I am headed to Memphis, Tennessee. Funny thing, when I got to delivered in Lafayette, I was unloading and I was thinking I'm just gonna do my 10 at that terminal. I've never been to Lafayette and been at that terminal in Lafayette. And after they got done unloading, I asked the receiver, I was like, hey, can I just stay here? Do you guys close the gate? And he looked at me and he was like, well, how long are you gonna be here? I'm like, I made it my 10 or whatever. He's like, oh no, it's dangerous. In the daytime, we come in and we see bullet casings and stuff, on the ground, and there's always cops going through. I'm like, what? You don't gotta tell me twice. I'm out. I am out. I straight up went 15 miles, to try and find a truck stop because, I ain't trying to deal with that. I don't know what the deal with Lafayette is, but Baton Rouge may be the same. But normally I have a good eye, when I'm driving through an area and I say, it looks, I've been in, I think street smarts or whatever, I can see okay, this is a good area, bad area, whatever. But obviously Lafayette ain't the place to be posted up by yourself. That's for sure. So I was saying, let me go find some other folks, go to a truck stop, safety in numbers, and get the HE Devil hockey sticks out of this town. So I went up to, I found a, Love truck stop, about 15 miles away up the road. When I was talking to my wife when I got up for my break, and I was telling her there's I like watching train stuff, and there's a couple I guess you would call them people who ride trains, hobos and stuff like that. And I like those kind of videos, you know what I'm saying? It's like a lifestyle. And I was thinking about lifestyle jobs. And I've done a number of, personality / career type. What color is your parachute? What career would you be best suited on? And I was thinking every job that I match best with is a lifestyle job. For example, what's a lifestyle job? Well, a train engineer is a lifestyle job. Military is a lifestyle job, which I've done. Being a truck driver is a lifestyle job, which I'm doing. Being a farmer, another lifestyle job, which I do. I'm drawn to, in the train engineer thing, the train thing, I've applied, actually I got, made it to the second interview of the train thing, but I decided not to do it, went a different route. I went into trucking instead of doing the train thing. It's just that's the type of careers that, match that I match best to with my personality according to these, these little tests that I take. So I like lifestyle jobs. What can I say? It's there's something about it that that seeks with me, and I think it's important. If you in this life, find whatever you do, find something that works for you. You're gonna spend the majority of your time doing something to earn a living, whatever. So make sure and spend your life doing it. Make sure you're doing something you enjoy. You have a passion for. You're drawn to. So yeah, I'm drawn to lifestyle jobs. I got about, what do you call it? I got about 400 miles left on this trip. I plan to get to Memphis probably around 5:15 in the morning. It should be a good trip. I got my coffee and got some good music, got a couple books I'm going to get into. Wrinkle in Time, which I haven't read since 6th grade. So I'm going to read or listen to The Wrinkle of Time. And there's this other book, I forget the name of it, but it's a historical fiction book based on a story of this couple that was stranded on this island back in I don't know if it's the 16 or 1700s, but I like survival type, stories, survival adventure stories. So I'm looking forward to getting into that later on. Right now, I'm just listening to music. I think tomorrow I'm gonna put together it may be a series, it may be more than one day, but like a Q&A kind of, because I get a lot of questions about about my lifestyle out here as a truck driver. Like, where do you go to the shower? Where do you sleep? How do you get your fuel? Like, people are real curious, who watch, who don't do what I do, and like wonder, how do you do that? How does that happen? So I think I'm going to put together a Q&A just to answer some of these questions. Folks who are outside of the trucking lifestyle, over the road trucking, because I'm not like, there's people who are local, who are home every night, or regional, or over the road, who are, I consider over the road if you're like, you're out more than a week at a time. You're out a couple weeks or whatever at a time. I would consider you over the road. How do you do certain things out there? My dad always asks me, like, where do you get a hotel? You know what I'm saying? Like, what do you do? So I'm gonna, put together a Q&A for you guys to answer some of these questions that pop up. Like I said, my videos are mainly for my, family, so they know, like, they're curious because I am gone. How do I do what I do? And they don't see me being at home, so they can say, oh, there's our Mr. Urban Hiker guy. What is he doing? Where's he at now? What is he doing? So look out for that one. But till then, we're gonna just get down this road, make our way to we're on the I-10 now, and eventually we're gonna head up north towards beautiful Memphis, Tennessee. All right, still rolling here. It's about 2:30 in the morning. I'm about the halfway point of my journey. I think I got like 220 some odd miles to go. I call like after 2 to 5, I call that the witching hour, which is like, sometimes you get real tired around this time. I'm doing all right. I'm good, but you also have to be aware because usually, like if you're near a city, I'm vigilant of other like drivers getting tired. They're affected, so you got to pay attention to people swerving and stuff like that. And you also have to watch out for a lot of bars or clubs. If you're near a city, bars last call. So people who shouldn't be driving, like who are inebriated, drunk, or leaving the club a little intoxicated or whatever, they get on the roads now too. So you gotta, you just watch out for them. But we're doing good. Still on track to get to Memphis at about 5:15. I plan to figure out something, get a mount where I can mount, so when I'm talking, so you can see instead of looking at what you're, barely seeing me, you can like see the road, see the some driver footage, folks like that. So see what I see what my my office view, which is constantly changing, looks like. But so far so good. We just keep on motoring on. All right, we're about 1 hour out, about 60 miles out from Memphis. My arrival time is going to be an hour later than I said. I had to remember I was talking about the witching hour, boy. It hit me. And I'm not one to, you can't afford to be swervy and curvy and, in anything, especially in a big truck. So I have no issue with pulling over at a truck stop or whatever and taking a little nap. So that's exactly what I did. Got enough sleep out of me to get me the rest of the way. And there's no rush on this load. It's just an empty trailer. So I'll get there when I get there. And ain't nothing, even if I did, ain't nothing worth, my safety and that of the public around me. That's why I'm a professional. Okay, but yeah, we're gonna get there, and then I can take a nap for real. What do you call that? The dawn? Is that morning dawn? Yeah, the break of dawn. So the dawn's early light is in the sky. And we're almost there. I'll talk to you when I get to Memphis. All right, we safely made it here to our Memphis terminal. That's a beautiful morning. It's going to be warm, but right now it is really nice out here, and sun rising, Memphis sunrise rising. Good drive, I had the witching hour got me, but I pulled over, got a little nap, so I feel good. I'm about to finish that nap and get some sleep proper. I hope everybody has a good day today, and as always, seek truth, make beauty, live well, and may your journey continue.